What's going on? Welcome back. Ryan here. In this video, we are going to talk about associated persons. Now, let's come over here to this NFA website and we are going to look up associated person. And here it is. And it's really important to understand the Series 3 license, right? And what exactly getting that license and then being able to work with a broker dealer or create these structures yourself. What does that actually mean, right? So we're going to look at this definition directly from the NFA website, right? So an associated person is an individual who solicits orders, customers, or customer funds, or who supervises persons so engaged on behalf of a futures commission merchant, retail foreign exchange dealer, introducing broker, commodity trading advisor, or commodity pool operator. An AP is, in effect, anyone who is a salesperson or who supervises salespersons for any of these categories of individuals or firms. Okay, so typically when we think about the evolution of a trader or investor, right, we need to learn everything about the trading, the options, the futures, the rules and regulations, right? We then need to be able to pass that Series 3, and that sponsor broker who is sponsoring you is then going to help you become registered with the NFA, and then you will then become an associated person. Now, the reason why this is so important and why it's so exciting is not everybody is going to be the best trader, and that's okay, because the Series 3 license offers everybody the ability to have a career with literally no income cap. Okay, so let me give you an example of this. Let's say you're not that great of a trader, and that's okay. But let's say that you love this industry, you love trading, and you're really good at sales, right? So you get that Series 3, and then you find that sponsor broker, someone who believes in you, someone who sees your talent, and then they help you get registered, and now you're an AP. Let's say that you're an AP of a commodity trading advisor, right? Well, if you're an AP of a commodity trading advisor and you go out and you raise $1 billion for that CTA's program, you are going to be well taken care of for the rest of your days for that money that you raised for that program, because you're an AP, because you have that license. You are entitled to share in the profits, in the commissions, in all of the generated fees and incentives and management. Like, that's why this is a career with no limits, right? Because if you're able to pass that test, if you find that sponsor broker, your destiny is in your own hands because of what this allows you to do. Okay. And it's very exciting because when you understand this, trading it's not the same, right? Trading your own money, right? When you have these high level skills, whether it's understanding sales, whether it's understanding the futures and the options and the strategies themselves and creating that program yourself, when you understand this and it clicks in your brain, you're going to think to yourself, why would anybody trade their own money in their own account when there are these structures that allow you to raise unlimited capital for trading programs and that allow you to then play in the sandbox with these top tier commodity brokers, hedge fund managers, right? These guys who have crushed these markets and made massive wealth for themselves and their clients, right? Why would you just have the resolve that you just want to trade your own money, right? And after I met my mentor, after I understood this, after I have seen how this really works, my mentality has completely changed because I now know that the same skills that I have that can make money for myself, I can use those skills in a structured way where the same work that I've done to make money for myself, I now can do that for myself, my clients, for people that I want to help, for other people that I want to bring into this industry, and I can do it in a way where I have no cap on how much money I make. Right? This is something where when I think about my mentor and the insight that he gave me, he really gave me priceless information. This information is priceless in the hands of somebody who is determined and wants to make this happen. Okay? So again, an associated person. Let's continue to read a little bit more here. I encourage you to come onto the NFA and read this yourself, right? The registration requirements apply to any person in the supervisory chain of command and not only to persons who directly supervise the solicitation of orders, customers, or funds. See NFA Notice to Members 1-07-38 for more information. Registration is generally required unless the individual is already registered as an FCM, IB, or floor broker. The individual is already registered as a CPO if he or she is to be associated with a CPO, or the individual is already registered as a CTA if he or she is to be associated with a CTA, or the individual is already registered with the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority as a registered representative and limits futures activity to the solicitation of participants in a commodity pool, right? So remember, FINRA and the different licenses, right? There's some overlapping between some of the things you can do between the licenses. But remember, this Series 3 license allows you to do many things, right? You don't need to be a great trader. You could be a great salesperson and you could come in here and you could crush it, right? Of course, nothing is guaranteed, right? And of course, all of the sales stuff that you would be doing as an AP, right? There's a lot of regulatory oversight and certain things you can do and can't do and certain things you can say and not say. And of course, as you learn more, as you prepare yourself to take this exam, to find that sponsor broker, you're going to learn so much and you're going to gain so much experience, which a lot of the people out there trading, they're just not doing, right? Maybe it's not because they don't want to, but maybe it's because they don't know, right? Which is why I know that I have an advantage. Because I've had my mentor, because I already have my Series 3, because I already have my Series 30, right? I've already passed these exams. I've already done this. I'm not telling you this in some like hypothetical way where I'm just making this up. I'm actually showing you the structures and how all of these large hedge fund managers are actually commodity brokers, and that, you know, I've actually done this myself and I'm on the path to doing this, and I am extending this invitation to help you, if you want to pursue this and to really take your trading and your investing to the next level by really utilizing the business side of the way these large fund managers and commodity brokers are doing this. Okay, so again, we just talked about the associated person, and we're going to continue this conversation in the next video by going through each of these entities regarding the Series 3 and what it allows you to do. So again, I hope you're finding this interesting. I really encourage you to apply yourself, to learn as much as you can, to go through all of these websites and just study and learn and absorb as much as you can. Okay, so if you have any questions, reach out. And again, I will see you in the next video.